Dun, dun, dun. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Candidly Speaking with Chelle and Kelle. I'm Kelle.
And I am Chelle.
And today we have a predicament, slightly, but we're going to make the best of it. Right?
But you know what? When you have predicaments, and we all do, you just work it out and go on. We persevere. That's what we're going to do tonight.
So before we forget all that stuff, because we will go down rabbit holes, thank you to our sponsor, Blue Sky Video Productions. All your YouTube strategy, producing needs, all in one cute little bundle in Bruce. And he also has a challenge that is starting next Monday. It's called Go Live in 5. And go to bsvp.com/go live in 5 and sign up. It's going to be fun. Are you doing it, Michelle?
You know what?
I don't know if I signed up. I should probably do it because there's probably way.
I have not. I'll still be doing my training.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I'm going to work out something.
But maybe Randy will be there. See Randy over there?
Hey, Randy.
Randy is our guest next week.
Yay! Okay. That'll be a good show.
So, okay, we took care of the sponsors.
We didn't talk about cards that wow.
Well, I don't know. I was just going to not do that today. But if you insist, cards that wow, branded, handmade note cards with your brand. And when your clients open up that envelope, they will go, wow. So
they will. I've done it. I've opened it and said, wow. Seriously, they are fantastic. So thank everyone for watching. We appreciate so much that you are here. And please, hey, Deborah Nelson. Deborah Nelson is my new franchisee. So we are spending lots of time together.
So you're the one that takes her away from me right now.
She is, and I'm so glad to do it, but we're taking up a lot of time right now. We are getting her ready to go. She is going to hit the ground running and set the world on fire.
It's exciting.
She's in her tracks. She really is in her dust.
Exciting.
But thanks so much for watching. And if you're watching with us now, please say so in the comments. Let us know that you're here. And if you're watching a replay, we are so glad still to have you here doing that. And if you could just let us know, put #replay in the comments. So,
and let us know where you're from.
Let us know where you're from. Kim Hubbs, we know where he's from. We do. So, all right. So,
okay, do we want to talk makeup?
Let's talk a little bit of makeup first.
Okay, so my journey of makeup has been eventful. I had the week where my lips were burning the whole show because I tried the plumper. We have the eyelash thing, which I think was a success, and I was going to put them on today, but I just didn't have enough time because I was busy working all day.
Does it take a long time?
Huh?
Does it take a long time to do that?
Oh wait, there's Oh, never mind. Sorry. So with today, I thought, huh?
I said, hey, Linda.
Oh, hi, Linda.
I have known Linda Penrod Million my entire life.
You look so sweet.
Yeah.
He's getting a facial and a pedi right now while drinking cucumber. I don't believe that.
Wow, bam. So,
okay. So what I did today was eyeshadow. So I think I told you last week how I've been watching the tutorials with Bailey Sarian.
Yes.
And have you looked? You said you were going to watch her. Did you watch her?
I have done nothing but
she does the coolest things. Like she probably spends 15-20 minutes on her eye, and she's probably using 7 to 12 colors. I tried to count one time and I just lost track. So today I used 3 colors. I don't know if you can tell.
I can kind of tell. It looks really shimmery and pretty.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I can't tell.
You nailed it.
I think it all sucked into my face, like all the moisturizer and the colors. But anyway, so I wanted to do eyeliner, and
Kim just uses lip balm.
My back here is.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to be serious here.
I know you are, but we have the peanut gallery in the comment. But that's okay. That's because y'all are so funny. Y'all know you are, right?
We love them.
We do love them. We do love them. So we need to tell y'all something though, which is why we are spending a whole lot of time right now talking about. We always talk makeup stuff. And I have on bright red lipstick, hoping that it would make me not look so Casper-esque. Instead, it looks like I've been gnawing on carrots or something. It's orange. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we had a little bit of a scheduling issue with our guest tonight. So we will bring her on at a later date. But we think there was a miscommunication. She lives in Pasadena.
Yes.
And we think she's going to join us on Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific instead of Eastern. So if you tuned in especially to see Yesenia, we are so sorry because she is not going to be here. Okay.
And she's a powerhouse, amazing.
She is, but we will bring her to you at a later date. However, we still get asked, what more could you want? But we have a surprise special guest, surprise to all of you, surprise to him. So thank you so much for your willingness. Do we want to bring him on, or do we need to talk? Does he want to talk makeup with us, you think?
Well, Yesenia's here.
Yesenia's here.
Yes.
Okay.
So bring you and Brian talk a little bit, because I want him to be able to talk about his book.
Okay.
What's going on with that, and then I will connect with Yesenia.
That is perfect. We are so sorry, guys, but thank you for your patience with us. That's
we
make it work. We make it work. Okay. I would love to introduce to you our friend, Brian Monahan. Brian is a fellow Megaminder. He is in the special events industry. He is a published author. He's in Cincinnati, Ohio. We call him B Money. So welcome, Brian Monahan. Brian Monahan in your Megamind shirt. How are you?
By chance, right?
Really, would you wear anything else?
No, I would not. I had it under my Mark Zuckerberg hoodie, and I was like, well, I got my Megamind shirt on, so let's go all in.
Oh, perfect. I wish I had my BAM shirt on. We have shirts. Eric BAM was just on the bottom of the screen. We have shirts with BAM's picture on it. It says they're traffic stoppers, I got to tell you. So anyway, Brian Monahan, thank you for appearing on our show this evening. We appreciate that so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
You have to go now. No, I'm just kidding.
I am glad that I'm going to be on the show for just a short time tonight. You know, you're going to kick me right out.
It's like the penalty box.
I know. Yeah, I didn't know. I was
no manners.
Is this like the 30-second penalty box? You're gone.
Yeah, that's right. We don't need 5 minutes. You don't get 5 minutes. Okay. Tell us what you've got going on, because you've got something big going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first off, thanks for having me here, ladies. Absolute pleasure to be here on Candidly Speaking in under 1 minute's notice. But I have a new book coming out called Live with Delight 365. And the format of that book is, have you guys had enough of the 2020? Have you had enough?
Yes.
Yes. So it's an inspirational book. It's positive quotes to bring delight to your life daily. And the format is that what's really cool about it is you're helping me write the book this time. I wrote a book called Customer Delight 365. It was inspirational for customer service professionals. But I wanted something for us for 2021, Live with Delight. It's just a positive message daily, a daily inspirational with a quote. But what's different about it is I'm reaching out to my friends, my network, to help curate the book. And so your people are actually picking their favorite quote and writing a short passage about it, about that quote. And what's really cool is people like you who are doing shows. One of our buddies, Phil, Coach Phil, pulls out my other book, Customer Delight. That's what gave me the idea. Is he pulls it out and he reads it during his shows. So Live with Delight is going to be a live podcaster's companion, a book you can pull out and have a topic any day. How'd I do?
Perfect.
Am I still on the show? You kicking me out?
Well, for the moment.
You're still here. But we're excited about that. And I read Customer Delight 365 every day. This show.
Is this the Carol Burnett show?
Your hair. Bruce, our producer, has fantastic hair. And he does this thing with his hair, and it's kind of like a little good luck thing. And I don't know if he did that tonight. So, Bruce, I know you're listening. If you didn't do it, please do it. I read Customer Delight 365 every day, and it is fantastic. And I'm so excited about this. Kellen and I both have pages in the new book, and lots of our friends do. And we're honored to be able to do that. Thank you for extending that opportunity to us. And it's just going to be so cool. Yeah,
it's super cool. What I'm loving is just reading the quotes that are coming in from everybody and their take on it, because it's like, whatever quote somebody picks out tells you, it's like a little secret to their soul. It's a secret to their thought process. So it's just fun to see what people come back with. It's kind of like, and then it's almost like you're not surprised either. You're like, oh, I would expect that would be a quote that Randy would pick out, or that's a quote that Kellen would pick out. So it's been a cool exercise to get to know the people who are submitting. And it's just a fun project to collaborate it. I think we've all been kind of cooped up together. And the goal is to have like a little legacy project from this kooky, cooped up year that's positive and inspirational. So
I bought a page for me, my mom, and my daughter. So we have 3 generations.
I know. Awesome. I thought that was so cool. And I'm going to have to do that with my family now. So I was like, I need to do that myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll write a page. That'd be awesome.
If I survive.
Yeah. Now, did you bring in a new backdrop, or no? I mean, how?
Max knocked it over.
Y'all need to know that's like the 10th time this thing has fallen on her head.
It falls on.
So I still use CoverGirl. Is that still an option, or?
We're going to elevate you, Brian. Does Brian use lip balm?
No, lipstick, not lip balm. I mean,
lip balm is for amateurs. Come on, Kim.
Brian's seriously. I mean, I like to get pretty. I don't, need to like medicate my chapped lips or anything.
I usually just need things for concussions. That's why I didn't put my sign up, because every time it falls down, it hits me in the corner of the head. And like one time I was bleeding. So, this going live is dangerous. I put my life.
It is. It is proven to be hazardous. Hey,
she wants
Deborah Nelson. Can you give us an example from the book? Deborah Nelson, newest franchise of Ahead Human Resources. She will take care of all of your temporary staffing needs in Southern Indiana. Call us.
Stealer of my bestie.
All right.
So I do have. I'm just going to go with today. Now this is a super short one, which is perfect, so that you can kick me off the show in 30 seconds. But for December,
you've got 12.
December 2nd, to waken interest and kindle enthusiasm is a sure way to teach easily and successfully. That's Tryon Edwards. My take is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the backbone of customer delight. Light the fire in your team. So,
that's right.
How do you build enthusiasm with your team? And that helps build better customer service, customer delight. And a version of that in the future will be something a little bit more just personal in nature. How do we build enthusiasm into our life? It could be business related, could be, but it's a little bit more free form for Live with Delight next year. So there you go. I forget who that was. Was that?
That was Debbie Nelson.
Debbie Nelson. Yeah, thanks, Debbie.
Beautiful Louisville, Kentucky.
Love
Is that
Louisville.
Debbie or Deborah?
Deborah.
Well,
that's how
Deborah, but I call her Debbie.
Okay, well, I don't know her well enough.
Louisville,
she's
favorite town
from you, but that's all I know about her. Well, that's a wonderful person, and she's really lucky for her new.
She is precious, and she's going to do great things.
We should have her on the show, but we should probably make our guest. Well, our other guest. Brian, you are awesome. You are delightful.
You are too.
You are. I'm delighted. Thank you, Brian.
So am I like? Have I been released of my duties?
You know what? Here's the thing. You can stay if you want. You want to stay?
Sure, I'll stick around.
You
I mean,
wanna hang out?
you guys can
Have you
toss me
seen
in the
Yesenia?
back, bring me
Wait,
back at the end.
have you seen Yesenia?
No.
You guys
You're gonna
want
wanna
to keep
say.
me out.
So if you guys want to knock me in the waiting room, I can come back at the end after
Okay.
you guys interview her.
Whatever you
want to do.
want to do. Whatever you want to do.
All right, I'll hang
So
out.
Thank
guys,
you, Brian.
we are sorry we're a train wreck tonight. And thank you if you're still with us. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you for
We have
staying.
an amazing guest. Her name is Yesenia Rivera. Okay. Yesenia's in Pasadena, California, and she is backstage right now. She's ready to be here. So sorry about the confusion earlier. Yesenia is an entrepreneur. She has sold women's accessories. She's sold makeup. Somehow in this mix, she's been a construction worker. So it's going to be interesting to hear about that. And she empowers businesses. Okay. She's a business consultant. So please help us welcome Yesenia Rivera.
Hello, ladies. How
Hey,
are you?
Yesenia. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
We are
Thank
so
you.
glad to have you. So glad to have you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Had an interesting start to the show tonight and had a little surprise guest. We have you here now, and we are so glad that you're here.
I know a lot of people were looking forward to hearing.
So absolutely, absolutely. So I have to ask you first. I see makeup and women's accessories, and I look at you, and you're just beautiful. Explain to me the construction worker piece, Yesenia.
Okay, so in construction, it wasn't necessarily construction worker. What I did was, as a business consultant, I work with construction licensed contractors, and I would help them and guide them through the license process. So really, I was the go-to person that would help them from beginning to start up their entity or business, whether it was a sole proprietorship, corporation, and everything that was required to have a running business here in the state of California, from license requirements to safety requirements, trainings that were needed, and even safety manuals that needed to be put together for them.
Wow. So do you have a background in safety? Is that something that you work with?
Yes, working with the commercial lines broker, workers' comp is huge in making sure that loss control and their modifications are always kept down on the ratings. That's the way to save, obviously, an insurance premium. So that's kind of what opened the doors for me to go into that industry. And also my prior marriage, I was a partner to a landscaping company. So that's really where I got the exposure to starting to kind of break my way through the construction industry. At the age of 22 years old, I was an owner builder of my first home. And I was able to finish the projects within 6 months when everybody around me would tell me it's impossible. You're not going to do it. If you go past the 6-month limit, you're going to lose the home before you even get to live in it. It's a very difficult task what you're taking on. Usually a general contractor takes the lead, makes sure that, the permits are approved, the inspections are passed, the plans are approved per the city or county codes. So I pretty much play the role of a general contractor. And after that, I just had this, interest and love towards that industry. And that's where I continued my growth. I left the beauty industry. I left everything about women's accessories. I stopped my education studies in esthetician because I love the study of the skin and beauty. And then I said, I'm going to just be a business consultant from now on.
Wow. Talk about a change. I mean, that really is. And we have a couple little goofy questions that I'll ask you at the end of the show that we ask every guest every week. And they're actually kind of beauty industry kinds of questions, but talk about a complete, really 180 from what you were doing. You couldn't have probably two industries that are further apart in my mind. And I could be wrong about that, but that was a complete departure from the path that you were on.
And I think that a lot of it is tied down really to my upbringing. I have obviously immigrant parents, born and raised in Sinaloa, Mexico. And did I lose you guys?
You know what? Bruce is just making you big. We're still here.
Okay. So being that I was always the go-to person to lead my parents, interpret for them, translate for them, and really, try to understand every business concept in regards to their decisions, financial decisions. I think it was in my nature to really try to learn something that was going to benefit me in the long run. And it's just something that I picked up that I felt a connection to. And from there, I just continued growing because I seen the huge need, especially with the Latino community and their lack of understanding English. But they're entrepreneurs, they're business minded, they have what it takes to run these types of businesses. I pretty much became like their go-to person. I became that, person that helped them with the language barrier. And I love and enjoy helping people. That's really my soul. I'm an empathetic soul, and I really enjoy helping others and guiding others and leading others. So that's kind of what drove me to where I'm at now.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know that you had spoken with Kellen about. Oh, Kellen's back.
Sorry about that.
About the journey to discover really, who you are and what your place is in life. So, do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, that's more on my personal level. I've been through a lot. I suffered depression for maybe about a decade. And a lot of it was tied down to, a childhood trauma and me not having the resources nor having the right leadership and guiding me that there's resources out there to be able to overcome and heal pretty much anything that you go through in life. So growing up a little bit lost and not having the guidance, I had to go through the experiences of, needing to take medication and being very lost for quite a while, not knowing where my place was in life. And finally, I was enlightened to reach out and get help. And I started my therapy path. And from there, trying to educate myself more on motivational and positive outlooks of life. From there, trying to connect with as many people as I can, like yourself, like just positive people around me, people that had a drive for life, people that were definitely not victim mentalities, people that just knew that no matter what they went through or no matter what happened, they're going to overcome the obstacles. And that's kind of what led me to where I'm at. I'm in financial services now. I continue to work with business owners, a little bit different. I do more of coaching them and guiding them in their options to really having an exit plan and really, using their tax advantages when it comes to these types of products that I offer. But in reality, what led me here? It's all the people I met on my path to here. Is everybody that I made a connection to. It's the gold nuggets that I picked up from every beautiful soul that I came across. And eventually, now I am, in this beautiful place in life, remarried, with 3 beautiful, strong children who I am now, doing a little bit of the control damage and helping them cope through their teenage years. But it's a beautiful place. So my message of what I can share to somebody out there is I was the girl in the corner one day, completely lost, hopeless, and completely giving up on life until I decided to stop here. I turned this around and I'm going to follow my dream and I'm going to find what it is. And I'm going to find where I need to belong or where I need to, get to. So this is where I'm at now.
So how did you get to that point? Because, I know there's plenty of people that will listen to this or are listening and they've, suffered depression and anxiety and things like that. And sometimes, if you don't take that step to, I'm going to plow through this and become a better person. And like you said, hang out with more positive people and have more positive influences near you. The other hand, they go into this deeper depression, they end up in bed. And so what was it that made you shift?
My will to live. It was my will to live. Because I was at a verge where, some people don't want to speak so openly about it because they consider it like somewhat of a shame. But I was at a point of where I was having suicidal thoughts. And I was at a point where I didn't see past a month of my life ahead. So I knew that as a mother, 1 or 2 things was going to happen. If I wanted to let myself fall into this wrath of depression and mental illness and eventually, not be around anymore, my children had a really high possibility of following after my path or my steps per se. And I knew that I was leaving my children in an unhealthy environment. So that's really what pushed me to say, you need to heal yourself. You need to seek for help. You need to go out there and fight for yourself. And you need to stop trying to live or relive the past or the pain. You need to let go of the trauma, because we all go through traumas in different ways, but we need to get to a point where we say enough is enough. And you need to just kind of put your big girl's pants on and say, I'm going to fight through. And there's people out there that are going to be supportive, and there's going to be people out there that are not. But
Right.
it doesn't matter, because God always puts the right people at the right time.
Oh,
And that's
absolutely.
really my life. And that's what I teach my kids now. And it's really empowering to see your kids put it into practice, because my daughter was having a conversation. She's 14 years old, went through divorced parents, not a good custody battle. This could be traumatic to a child. And her friends were telling her, like, how could you handle going through all that stuff? Like, my both parents are together. I wouldn't be able to handle it. And she's like, you know what, honey, there's different people around the world that are in worse situations than us. So we're either going to be a victim or we're either going to be a survivor. So that's when you realize, wow, as a leader, as a mother, you have all the power as to how you're raising and leading these kids. And you can't be out there leading a business if you can't even do it within your home and within your family.
Looks like Deborah. What advice would you give to young people trying to figure life out during this pandemic?
The best advice I can give Deborah is, kids right now are all into TikTok. And there's actually motivational pages on TikTok, like the Mentor House is one, that will give really like short clips of 15, 30-second powerful messages about self-love, messages about growth, messages about changing your mindset. And my thing of what I do with my children is I tell them, we could either fill our head with sad memories and sad episodes and focus on the problem and become more depressed, or we can try to shift our mind and feed ourselves with a positive message and something inspiring. And what do? They may not even listen to it half the time, but I send them links from YouTube, motivational videos. I send them links from TikTok, whether it's funny or motivational. But this is how I communicate with my young ones, and with my friends, with my family members, with even my husband. If I find something that impacts me, I say, hey, why am I not sharing it with somebody else? And I go and I share. And as a matter of fact, just a short story. I was in a co-parenting class about a month ago, and this was out of my choice. I wanted to go to it to be a better mom, to see how I can better help my children. I have 3 teens. So being there was a lady, maybe in her late 40s, and completely crushed, completely depressed, crying in class, saying how she didn't want to talk about her traumas and her experiences. She doesn't want to face life. She's done. And I pulled her aside during my break, and I kind of gave her some comforting words. And I pretty much encouraged her to seek help and to try to get therapy, that it's really going to make a difference in her life. She kept saying, nope, I don't want to talk about it. So I gave her my number and said, look, when you're ready to talk, text me, and I'm here to hear you out. So she ended up texting me about a week later, telling me, thank you for being so kind. From there, I started sharing videos from TikTok, from the Mentor House. Positive videos about how special she was, about how much potential she has, about why she's needed in this world, about why she needs to heal herself, and how much life is ahead of her. So what does she do about a month later? She sent out a beautiful message saying, it was because of you that I started therapy. And it was because of your messages that you finally changed my heart to see therapy with a different mindset. And that's really what I do. Like, my business is not, when I meet people, I'm not even thinking about closing a deal. I'm just drawn to their soul, and I'm drawn to make a connection, and I'm drawn to see, how can I get to know you? Who are you? Like, what's your story? Like, what is that you can teach me? And what is it that I can teach you? And that's pretty much how I carry myself in life.
I could see that as a very good business mantra, because, women aren't the only ones who get depressed and need a push in the right direction or a positive word. And so I could see where that would help you with your business and help you
Sure.
be really successful because you have relationships, not just product, right?
You make a connection.
Mhm.
And you make that soul to soul connection. And nowadays, people are so driven by money and, the name brands and the material stuff. And, that's all good. That's going to be something that you need to have a goal. It needs to make you feel good. But when that's your ultimate drive, then there's a lot of emptiness in your life. There's a lot of unhappiness. There's a lot of people with PhDs who are very lonely and miserable. There's a lot of business owners who are so successful and are still the loneliest, saddest people in the world. So at the end of the day, what does it fall down to? Be a human, make a connection, care for your, peers or the people you're working with, and really set the lead and be a good example. Really care for people and be compassionate, because that's what we lack so much of nowadays.
Mhm.
And we see it all around us.
What a great message.
We do.
Kim?
That is a great message, Yesenia. And when you're talking about you made the decision to seek some help and get therapy or counseling, and you have children. We can't, and especially I know that we all care for each other, but women, we are, we just are kind of wired that way. We want to take care of everyone, certainly our family, but truly you cannot properly care for anyone if you haven't cared for yourself. So you have to get that help. And I think that depression has probably touched just about every family. I know it certainly has mine. And there is help out there. And if you have come through that, come out on the other side, and you can help, share the light, share the love, be an inspiration to others, just as you are doing, Yesenia, and have done. I mean, that's, we applaud you for that.
Mhm.
But just our emotional state, our mental health is just so very important, and it's not something that we tend to speak about a whole lot. And it's interesting. I said I don't know if she's still watching or not, but my friend Linda Million is on here. She's actually Dr. Linda Penrod Million, and she is a mental health professional. So I don't know if you've got anything you'd like to share with us, Linda. We'd love to hear from you. But it's just crucial, and you have to make sure that you take care of yourself, or you're not going to be worth anything to anybody else, really. So.
Exactly. And Kim asked the question. It was, what is the most fulfilling part of your work and career? I would truly say that as an empathetic soul that I am, as a very caring, I would say that my other career would have been kind of like a Mother Teresa role, caring for the world, taking in orphans and just trying to love everybody. But my career now, my profession is still kind of servicing individuals, in the sense that what I'm offering the client, in this case, my client, is something of so much value. It's life insurance products, the last love letter you're going to leave behind. I don't feel like I am going to have a client that I'm only going to see once and never see again, like my contractors, my construction people. They come, they go, they stay with me throughout the time, but it's a very high turnaround. But with financial services, you're with your clients pretty much from the womb to the tomb. And that is the goal. The goal is to have that long-term connection, relationship, care for them, be there for them when they're going through these difficult times, guide them, and really pass on through the generations of helping them. So that's really what fulfills me about my job, is that I am actually doing something that I love, I enjoy, and that it's truly of value to the individuals I'm impacting.
Nice.
And it looks like Kim had another question. When you need uplifting, who do you reach out to for support?
That is key right there. So I have two ways of doing it. My old therapist would be my lifeline, which he still checks in on me here and there. It's more like a follow-up. I want to make sure everything is still great for you. I don't have any ongoing one-on-one therapy visits, but what I did shift to is now I have business coaches. And now my business coaches have replaced my emotional therapist per se. So now it's new things that I'm working on, and we still touch some emotional matters, but it's primarily mindset. So what do I do when I'm sad? I put on a motivational video from Les Brown. I open up my social media and I go through, quotes are being thrown in my feed because I follow so many, quotes and pages that have inspirational quotes. And I'm just trying to feed my soul with that positive energy and vibe, because just as much as, we can easily fall into the negative, we can make the same effort to shift it to the positive. So for me, when I sit there and I want to be hopeless and I want to be sad and I want to cry and I just don't feel good and I'm not having a good day, I just allow myself to be vulnerable. Like the other day, my son just was kind of stating his point with me. He's very stubborn. I was telling him how that was triggering me. I didn't want to talk about it. He wouldn't stop. I got emotional. I kind of lost for a moment. And then he realized, you know what? I'm overstepping my boundary. So he comes up to me and says, you know what, Mom, I'm sorry, and gives me a hug. So for me, it's like I tell him, why don't we listen to a audio together? Why don't we put up a, YouTube video for 5 minutes, for 3 minutes, that's going to just pump us up. And that's what I do. I listen to anything that can pump me up, because in reality, we need to be pumped up in these times. If not, we get lost in sadness, hopelessness, and we tend to compare ourselves with everybody around us. That's just our human nature. And we tend to just be crushed in our spirits. Mm-hmm. And I'm a writer, so I write a lot in my journals. I have journals after journals. I love poetry. So sometimes I write my own poetry when I'm feeling really, really crappy. Or simply just listening to motivational stuff. And I have my go-to pages that I kind of just read through the feeds until my energy starts shifting.
Nice.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you just got it together, Yesenia.
Not really. Not really,
do.
but I try my best. And I just strive to be better each day. I think we all have things, a never-ending amount of things to work on and struggles and challenges, because we do. But I just learned to appreciate life, because I was on the verge of not having life a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So now I've learned to just be thankful for life and just to be present, just to be here present. It's like I tell my children, let's just be thankful that we're present, we're alive. Tomorrow we'll think about another challenge, but right now let's focus on the now.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just being kind to yourself and letting yourself be. I mean, as women, we're constantly being pulled 15 different directions. The kids, if you're married, work, and you just need to be kind to yourself.
Yeah, we absolutely beat ourselves up. We do. Yeah. And I guess men do that too, but I feel like we're the queens of that.
Yeah.
We're not good enough. We're not whatever enough.
Yes, exactly. And let me show you what helped me so much. Uh-huh. I got her in August of 2017. And that was right in the middle of my divorce and a lot of court battles. So it was a very difficult time for me. But this little Maltese has been just like the magical medicine that I needed, because she's really become like that therapy dog. So individuals out there that have therapy dogs, I just feel that automatic connection to them, because I can understand what it is that they feel. I can see how these little creatures really do help heal your soul and help you move ahead.
They love us unconditionally.
They do.
And that's why I had to leave the screen a little bit ago, because Max was chewing on my foot and I was going to cry.
He's so cute.
Try not to move. And then he was attacking boxes and barking.
Well,
so my little had to be put outside.
Yeah, but they do. They love unconditionally. Dogs do. Yeah. I've got cats. Cats do not love unconditionally. But dogs do. So, okay, Yesenia, I am extra. This is a total subject change. Extra excited to ask you this question. Kellen, you know where I'm going. Mm-hmm. But with your background, I know that you said that I believe you said that you had studied to be an esthetician. What moisturizer do you use?
Right now, I'm actually using the Rodent and Feels skin line. I don't know if
okay.
Okay, I am loving that skin line. And I also mix it with the Monet line. Have you guys heard of that line as well? For hair products, Monet?
No.
So they have a very good moisturizer as well, a serum. So what I do is I use the skincare for Rodent and Hills, and then I Fields. It's actually Rodent and Fields, and then I just use the serum from Monet that I put prior to the moisturizer, and it's really done wonders for me because especially in the winter, I get a lot of dry skin around my nose, and I just get patchy areas in my cheeks. And that's really helped me so much. So that's really my go-to line right now, skincare line.
Okay, so let me ask you, Monet, I'm not familiar with that. Is that something that you have to buy from a consultant like you do Rodent and Fields?
Yeah, Monet is hair products, and honestly, it's made my hair grow so much in the last like 3 months. That's why I got signed up, because I was seeing the reviews everywhere, meeting people that were personally using it, and I seen how it's worked on them. My husband is using it. Even his barber told them, wow, I can see the difference. So they also have a skincare line, and they're really good products. I've only tried their serum, but I really am loving it. And Rodent and Fields has a line that helps you with your sunspots. So for you ladies that are light skin, I had a lot of sunspots here. It really did make a difference.
Really?
So
I don't know. I've missed Monet. I don't know if I'm in Kentucky. I don't know if they're not here, hasn't maybe arrived on the scene yet here or not, but I will look for that because I am always on the hunt for a good moisturizer.
I'll send you a link on Facebook and you guys can just check it out.
That would be wonderful.
Rodent and Fields has the eyelash serum, and it's made my eyelashes grow like crazy. So that's definitely a serum I recommend, girls.
Yeah. Now I have an eyelash serum and I love it, and those things do work. I don't know how similar this is. Oh,
there it is.
Thank you, Bruce.
I don't know where I've been. Anyway,
we'll check that eye serum thing that you told me about is working.
Yeah, we both are using Babe Lash, and we like it, and I'm sure they're relatively similar products. Okay, next question.
This is the important
eyeliner, liquid or pencil?
Or eyeliner. I'm not a big eyeliner user just because I have very sensitive eyes. But you're always it's going to be less abrasive on your skin to do the liquid. Sometimes the pencil tends to
tug.
Rough. I mean, it's a very sensitive area that we're working with around our eyes. So we want to be very careful as we're touching, and even the way we apply our serums or lotions is also very important.
I am not laughing. It's just you are such an esthetician. You are teaching us. Thank you. That is awesome.
And just an FYI, I never started the course. I actually
really
had everything lined up to start, and then another opportunity was presented to me, and it was really hard then because I had my 3 little ones back to back. So that I think I did get the postpartum depression. I just decided to have my kiddos back to back, and that was the most difficult experience for me. Now it's a great blessing, but then, whew. It was
I can imagine having little ones like that. My kids are 6 years apart. I mean, I had to do it that way. I couldn't have handled. I'm not smart enough / organized enough. I don't know, to have all, little people, everybody in diapers. 6 years. That's what I had to do.
I could only handle one.
But I thought I was going to have one, and then voila, 6 years later, here's another one. So, and she's my heart. So
they're both your heart. I love them.
Both are. Oh my goodness gracious! Are you kidding me?
Okay, so I have an idea. Did you have another question, Michelle?
Well, no, I was just wondering if we still have Brian.
Yeah, we do, and I want to bring him on. So I just sent a message to Bruce, and I don't know. I asked if he was still there, and he said yes. So
Yesenia, Brian is a friend of ours, and you're gonna love him.
You're gonna love him. He was standing in while we were waiting. So, but we didn't have him to.
He's a great guy, and he's gonna come back.
I'm back. I disappeared for a minute.
They should have left you on from the beginning.
Yesenia, what a wonderful story. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and just to hear about your message, and just during this time, it's so important for our young ones to have some options around mental health. So I'm not going to turn her on to TikTok just yet. We've kept her off it, but when she's ready, I'll make sure she hits that station. That's how old I am.
Definitely. And what I find funny is how my kiddos, when they come across like an inspirational, page, they'll automatically just send it to me because they're just so used
Oh, that's wonderful.
falling into that routine.
So, B Money, do you see the chat in there? I sent a message. I don't know. I had.
Are you talking about the private chat?
Yeah, the one I was just thinking that Yesenia would be a perfect candidate for the book.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if you heard us talking about my book beforehand, but I would love to have you in it. Do you have a favorite quote?
Les Brown. It says, reach for the stars, for if you can't land upon them, or what, I don't know exactly how the words are, but in other words, don't put limitations to yourself. Just go and go. I mean, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. You stay focused on your lane. And you
Love
reach
it.
Stars.
So why don't you explain to her?
You made my day. I was having a rough week, and when I started my week, I pulled out Les Brown to get me through the week. So I was like, I got a kindred out there. So
you see, we have something in common. We can be good buddies.
So yeah, we'll have to catch up about my book project I'm curating. I'm actually bringing in people from other people to help me write a book. So I'd love to have you be a part of it. So we'll have to chat it. So we'll have Michelle or Kellen get you the info on that.
We would love to. We will all be co-authors.
We're picking a quote, and then we write what our take on that quote is, and then it'll be a page in Brian's book, and it's 300. Is it 365?
365, one every day.
A devotional for a day in that book, which I love that. I love that idea.
That would be a privilege to be part of. So thank you for thinking of me.
Love to have you.
I had a hard time narrowing my quote down, so I may want to do another page, Brian, because
I got a few extra floating around.
Well, I had this lofty quote, and then I had one that was I opted for lofty because, I'm going to be a published author now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wait till the talk shows start contacting us.
We're going to be a sensation.
Well, a part of the process of writing a book or sharing something is actually stepping into something that's ideal or lofty, because it actually forces you to step into it. That was the hardest part about when I did my first book. Is when you release it onto the world, then you now have to walk the talk. So why not pick something that's going to take you up a notch? Okay. So
I might have been better off with Dr. Seuss.
I told you to do both.
So I wanted to mention something to you guys and get your opinion on it, or just see what you guys think of it, of the idea that I had in mind. I was thinking of possibly creating like a Zoom where I can invite teenagers, especially teenagers, because I feel it's the group that I can relate to the most, because I have children in that age group, and because I know it's the most difficult for them. And kind of making it like a safe zone for them to join, whoever wants to willingly, and kind of share like our weekly struggles, challenges, positive stories, kind of like a supportive group per se. But it'll be a supported group via Zoom. So I need to promote it and I need to put it out there. But this would be probably a good opportunity if you guys were to have a little spot there, even if it's just for like 2 minutes or so, where I can just do a live and I can throw the idea out there. I'm going to be connecting with my peers, and I would love to host it. I would love to lead it. And I would love to incorporate inspirational quotes or a little short video, and then let the kiddos take it from there.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I think that's fantastic.
They don't have a venue for anything like that.
So thank you, Jim.
They have to have that. They need that.
Yep.
Thanks for such a positive message. People really do underestimate the impact of gratefulness on a positive attitude.
Mhm.
You know, something, no truer words. That's absolutely correct. Thanks, Jim, for sharing that.
I think he's president of our fan club.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? He may be. I don't know.
Did I get demoted or what?
No, you're our favorite step in.
And possibly Randy. Possibly
Okay.
Randy.
Oh, wait,
Randy.
Randy, right.
Yeah, I'm not going to compete with Randy. I'm not messing with Randy.
So Randy's on our show next week, so that's going to be fun. Make sure you tune in for that. So, okay, so the end of the show, we like to give you an opportunity to, what is a message or something you would like to leave with the people that are watching and the people that will be listening to this, you know, later on, because we usually get quite a few views on these. So what is that message that you would like to leave our guests?
The message that I want to leave is, I am a safe person to reach out to talk to be a friend, to hear you out, and simply to, you know, have as that one friend or connection that's going to remind you that life is worth living, that life has so many beautiful experiences waiting for you. And I want to just simply invite you to reach out to me via either Facebook, Yesenia Rivera, Instagram. I'm also under Yesenia Rivera, and I'm also in LinkedIn. And I will share my cell phone. It's 661-477-0151. I'm okay to get texts at whatever time of day. If for some reason I'm not available, it's going to be either in airplane mode or I'll get back to you. But really, my whole purpose of this show is not really to promote myself as a business. Everybody does that. There's a time and place for everything. For me today is really focusing on what got me to where I'm at, what got me to this new me, this new positive role model, this new leader, this new mother, and this new wife. And it's really a lot of special gems I met in the on my path to here. And I want to pay it back to the world. I want to pay it back, just as I had the privilege to meet such beautiful people. I want to be one of those individuals for somebody out there. And
Well, you certainly are.
Impact somebody.
Well, okay. Well, that was wonderful. And yes, to echo Kellen's words, you absolutely are that, Yesenia. And we are so glad that you have joined us tonight. You've made all of us better. And we appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing your heart with us.
Thank you, ladies. And thank you, Brian. I hope to connect with you.
Absolutely.
We'll get you connected with Brian.
We will. So
okay,
stick around after the show. We're going to end this, and we have some things we wanted to chat with you about. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And if you liked what you saw, please share it. And Michelle?
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We finally have enough subscribers that we don't have enough fingers to count. So thank you for that.
We're over 10.
You know what? We still only need 3 hands. So please, let's use all the fingers and toes. That would be fantastic. Please subscribe to our YouTube, like our Facebook page, and visit with us every night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, because we will be here. We just need you.
Thank you, and everybody have a great evening.
See ya.